Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Jagrit,
Yes, sir.
go on.
Sir, my question is, do you think after launching the prototype, hiring some freelancers or junior developers, possibly offering them a stipend to manage the cost, is it a good approach for balancing the cost of hiring employees in the initial phase of the company?
See, I like to think of it as a communion, and I always say this, and Raj is here. We always debate about it, but my way has been the first 20 people in my organization should be people who are willing to pay me money to get the opportunity. Right? Now, whether they can pay or not is an affordability issue, but they should be willing to. Their heart should be like that. Then I will think like a community and think that this is the total pool of money. Who needs it more? I will give it there. And commensurately, the others get more paid in equity. That's how it equilibrium it. That's all about how fair you want to be and what you want to do. If you want to use people as use and throw, then by all means pay the pay the thing. Yes, sorry. There was one question we missed because of Gaurav, right? Yeah. So I will answer that. Correct. So that is my short and long answer. There is no silver bullet. But I would always go for fairness. Now I'll tell you one philosophy of mine, two philosophies rather. I don't think people work for money. I don't believe that. I think people work for respect. When you don't have a cause, money becomes a common currency by which you can judge respect. If you don't believe in what you are doing, you will know that I have to have a bigger card to impress that person. But if you know what you are doing, does it really matter you're going in a car or a rickshaw? Isn't that the people you admire? Firstly. Secondly, I don't know people quitting something they really believe in unless they feel they have been cheated. So be fair, get passionate people, teams don't break. And this I think I have been good at because luckily for me, I have had very few attrition rates across the 20, 30 years that I've been working. Right? And I've built pretty large teams, up to 1,200 people, 400 people, 600 people. I've decided to go with a small depth now because we need to do a different kind of work. But the fairness was always there. And I think that's what makes people stay and want to work with you on and on.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much for
Okay,
that.
there is one question from Gaurav. Sir, I just want to ask you that if you had a product and want to capture the market with it, so what are the points I should be careful about before launching the product? Currently, I'm running TipNest, a startup to change the employment system, and I want to know the right approach to build a strong community. Basics matter. Your mission is good, so I think I'll give you that. But is your motive good enough? Is it fair? Is it actually solving the problem? Without getting that verification and that sanctity, I would not launch the product. Because it's too generic a theme, and on this theme, if you don't have a moat, if you don't have an USP, you actually don't have a product which can't be replicated by anyone else. So what is the way you're keeping it? Yeah, go on.
Am I clear right now?
No, can anyone else hear him clearly? There's a little bit of metallic sound and muffling coming. Not able to distinguish you. Why don't you do one thing? Why don't you speak slowly, word by word, then probably will get you. Because then the echo will not overlap.
I actually wanted to ask you about that thing.
Slowly, word by word. One word at a time.
Okay, so I want to ask you face to face about this product. I'm currently working on it for 6 years.
I'm sorry, I can't make out. Are you a fast typer? I can just type with you.
Okay, sir, I will try it.
No, you are used to chatting on WhatsApp. Think you're chatting with me. It's fine. Anyone else left in the queue? While I'm answering, I can answer someone else also, not a problem.
Aratrika and Rupam.
Okay, we'll finish these two and then we'll call it a day or a night, whatever it is. Aratrika, go ahead.
Sir, hello again.
Hello.
Actually, when you answered my first question, you said that the first two steps, rather the first two questions I should ask myself are, why are we doing it with the Y in capital?
Correct.
And why are we doing it with the V in capital?
Correct.
So,
What's the difference?
no, sir. That part I understood.
Okay.
Actually, I am working on kind of an app.
Mm-hmm.
The name I till now I have thought of the name to be Foodie Fit, and it is basically
Sorry,
similar.
I didn't catch the name. What did you say the name was?
So Foodie Fit,
Foodie Pit. My God.
Foodie Fit.
Fit. Okay. Foodie Fit. Okay. All right.
Yes. So it is basically pretty similar to Zomato or Swiggy.
You are the person who messaged at 12 o'clock in the night, right? I have
Yes,
very-
yes, yes.
You
You have read that small write-up
Correct.
by
So, Aratrika, I would say you should do a little bit of a market survey. There is a company called Food Darzi. Take a look at what they do. And there was historically a product done by a very successful person who shut it off during COVID. It was called NutriMeal. Both of these are aligned to what you are doing. And let me tell you, the biggest challenge they had was maintaining quality and the supply of good materials.
Okay, sir.
But I will talk to you about that part. Gaurav, are you writing your question?
Yes, sir. I'm ready.
Okay. So I'll wait for your
Rupam.
question.
Rupam we can take for the time.
Rupam, we can take. Go on, Rupam.
Good evening, sir. Can I audio?
Yeah. Can I audible? nahi? Am I audible? Can you hear me?
Sorry, sir.
You got mixed up because you're nervous. Stop being nervous. Chalo, bolo.
Sir, by the way, I first day I talk to Rohini ma'am about my startup. It is all about culture and heritage of our India, which is a diverse country.
Okay.
It's a product, cloth product, handicap, or we all over the product that related to culture, heritage of our country in every sector, small, if you know that here in West Bengal there is a huge diversity of Bengal and in only in West Bengal.
Yeah, Rupam, you're cracking off, but yes, I'm aware of it. I just want to clarify that when I said culture, I didn't mean heritage or heritage products e-commerce. Culture is more the living code of a populace that has parts of it, but mostly to do with, for example, I have a thesis and I want someone researching on it, like how a language's proverbs or stack tells about the culture of the behavior of the people. Because if they didn't have people behaving that way, they would not have the proverb. That's what I mean by culture.
Actually, Rupam had come with idea, roots and radiance, right, Rupam?
Correct. No, I remember
Yes.
you had mentioned that also, correct. Yeah.
Yes.
Also talk to Sahil sir, who came in a seminar. He told and suggests that you go through the microcultures. So I added the point, and there was with.
So why did you add the point? Why are you convinced that that's the right way to go?
Because my startup is connected to the people with him or her sentiments, her moment, her a life means a part of that person life.
So tell me
that
one
my
thing, if I'm a user of your site, what would I be paying you money for? Or are you going to get money from advertisements only?
You giving money for your loving, you bought something which is loving to you, and you gifting someone close to you that which product can I mean the product can making or design that when you gifted someone the product, he or she will be seeing that product and thinking about you. That and you called sometime you called you that your gift is very good and how you will find it for me, but that product is not already ready made, but if you describe that which
Okay.
thing and
What you are
which
saying is
product.
you are making a bespoke product. By the way, Rupam, if you feel comfortable in Bengali, switch to Bengali. I can handle that. Up to Hindi, I can do, but other languages, I'll get some help. But I also believe a lot in vernacular talk. So any of you feel comfortable in your own mother tongues, please talk that way. Let language not be a barrier for discussion. So I get your point. So what you are saying is that you are going to connect with a lot of actual skilled people who are making bespoke items or specific items based on the brief that is being given on runtime. Is that what you are saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And by the way, I'm very nervous. I'm also enjoying you. Your
That doesn't sound very
talk.
good, but okay. Never mind. Okay. So what I'm saying is, let's do one thing. I will be in town in Kolkata from 24th onwards. So I will have time from the 27th, 28th, and I walk through weekends. I'm okay with late mornings and early mornings and late nights, whatever suits you guys. I will give some time slots, or you can book some or give a requisition to Rohini. She will arrange it, and I will make sure that I can give as much time to you guys. So Rupam, I think when we talk face to face, it will be easier. I understand what you are saying. I can share some experiences, but how will you maintain quality is again the big questions, and consistency and pricing. People may not appreciate that putting a second pocket or putting a second stitching increases the cost of manufacturing by 3 times. That is the problem.
Yes,
So you really have
this
to
is
know
the
the
problem.
mechanics of it. Yeah. So I run a kind of a NGO thing which does all these crafts and all. So basically we used to take a lot of these acid burn victims, survivors from catastrophic events, single mothers who are abandoned and all, and train them and make them work on sustainable materials like jute, cotton, and all. And we have faced these problems a lot, right? So I can share with you some of the experiences, and many of these rosy pictures, when you go to implement, the price point doesn't agree. People say, wow, what an idea, but when it comes to paying, they just back off. So you need to really make sure that you can Legofy it. You have a very proper pricing strategy, almost like customizing your computer on an Asus platform. Then you can talk about it.
Sir, if marketing is a playing with the psychology of a person, because I means impressed the trick of marketing of Red Bull. It is very tricky because
It is tricky. It is tricky. Yeah. Sorry, are you speaking? I'm not able to hear you. Anyone able to hear him? Rupam, we are not able to
Speak in
hear you.
Bengali also, no issues regarding
Yeah,
that.
yeah, একদম তুমি একদম খুলেআম বাংলায় বলতে পারো, অন্যদের জন্য আমি ট্রান্সলেট করে দেবো যদি কেউ বুঝতে না পারে, কোনো অসুবিধা নেই। I think his sound is gone. Hello?
Breaking.
Yeah. Can you type? I think he's typing. He put himself on mute. Is he typing? Let's give it a minute, then we'll do it. But I'm happy that I was not boring enough for you guys to try to get away at 45 minutes. You still are here after 1.5 hours. I should pat myself on the back. Good. Getting you guys' attention and keeping it there for such a long time is quite an achievement. We all old guys love that. There's no doubt about that.
Sir,
Yes, please.
so while he is typing, my one small question I have.
Okay, go ahead.
As you were answering, Ratrika, I guess you were answering.
Correct.
And you told about team building and all. So how do we, build our team over there? Like how would we choose that whom to keep, whom to not, or what are the roles that we should have?
That's a very personal and business oriented decision. But the general trait that I look for is the guy a fast learner? Is he dedicated to our cause? And can he take on any language? So I can tell you one thing we do. We don't take any programming tests when we get people into Zelcom, for example. We test people on mathematics and logic. We love to see if the guy likes to solve puzzles. We like to see if the guy actually has empathy for different situations as to how he'll decide. So it's a very different way. Of course, we look at the marks and all and have some understanding of what the guy's learning ability would be, but we test that more than that. Knowledge is much more easier to dissipate and acquire. But the intention, the intensity, the attitude, that is very difficult. And the key part is he aligned to your purpose for attitude? Someone may be extremely, very, very passionate about a medical service and may be equally dispassionate about a fashion accessory shop. So it's horses for courses and the natural tendency and passion part. That's why I said, actually I answered your question, but this is an explanation for the same. You are always looking for people who want to give you money to work, get the opportunity to work with you. That actually solves everything. Because our society is so barter and money oriented, that's a great measure. Whether he can do it or not is not the question. Whether you need to pay him a salary is secondary. But if he had money, would he pay you? Do you feel that passion in him? If you feel that passion, then hire him as long as he's above 100 IQ. Good enough. You don't need 120 IQ.
Thank you, sir, for the answering. Also, I got, if I ever wish to go to Zeplology, I'll have to do math problems and solve puzzles first.
There are much bigger problems to solve, but that's a start, yes.
Thank you for your patience, sir.
No problem. Yes, please. Devajyoti, go ahead.
Sir, I actually, it just came in mind, like, I also want to ask you, if you are starting a business from scratch from right now, so how will you see this market and what are the things you want to avoid to grab a large share of the market?
Okay, I always believe in quality over quantity. So I want to believe that whatever is my target audience is good enough and big enough. And then I challenge myself that I'll create the best experience that everyone will come to me. And I will not advertise, it will spread by word of mouth. That is my initial way of starting. Without that belief, I will not start the business. After that, I may market because I've gone wrong, my assumptions were wrong. Those are make-up. But without that belief, I will not even start. Correct? And luckily for us, till now, we have hardly had to advertise any of the products. Now I can tell you tips and tricks. Now it's gone, Reliance came and we didn't really work out together when Danzo got acquired and sort of part of the Reliance group, some things went wrong. But let me tell you one thing we did. We realized that the trust deficit is the biggest reason for brands not owning. So Danzo, we started on WhatsApp. We had an app, but we never marketed that. Once the user had used us for 5-6 times, we used to tell them, by the way, you are a very frequent user and these are things you can easily do it in the app much easier. They would go, sir, you have an app, you didn't tell us. I said, no, we didn't want to bother you. That was a great step to take, right? It was clever marketing by showing I respect you. The second thing was a principle that we followed with our delivery guys was turn and walk. Never ask for money. So instead of advertising 500 rupees, 600 rupees, 1000 rupees and acquiring the customer, we used to take the risk that the customer will not pay us and defunct because we didn't ask for payments. So whenever we turned away and worked, some of them would say, "Arey, paisa nahi liya," and we would say, "No, wo to aap de denge. Aram se kar dena." That made us popular. Correct? So if I am to start a new product, I would look at these soft tissues and this way to get to the heart and get loved more than anything else. And for each product, each category, each thing is different. And you're constantly learning. You never stop. You don't have a fixed process. You have a strategy to go on getting fixed processes. You'll always want to get loved. If that is your strategy, you've done it.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Beautiful insights, Sandeepanji. And by the way, you see on the screen it is S&Y. Reason being, it is, sir, you please explain to them.
Just open the ampersand. That's what my friends call me. Ampersand stands for and, na? So what happens when you say SANDY? It's Sandy. That's every Shandipan, Shandipto is called Sandy in the schools and colleges, right?
Correct.
So no rocket science.
Sir, but it is very innovative. So somehow it peeps out from the screen also. Innovativeness.
See, this has been with me since my college days.
Oh my
So,
God.
It's
Wonderful.
almost like my signature. So on all the places these people should not go to, when I go there, this is the sobriquet I use.
So
Thank you so much for your time, kids. Sorry, young people. And I look forward to see these Q&As are the real way to done. I think you are too smart. There is too much information on the internet. My lectures are meaningless. So my lectures I have done in telling what I believe, what are the things I stand for. Those have been done in the lecture. No big GAN, no talking of repeating theorems and all. I think you'll do a better job. There's always a better person explaining on YouTube than me. These are the real nuggets where we'll learn, and we'll learn by doing. That's our focus. Okay. This question and answer session has probably captured more knowledge than hundreds of my lectures can, because they were pertinent, they were point focused, and we had the chance of doing it two-way. Single way dissipation of knowledge never works. Okay.
And I'm very happy that you people joined and you had questions, you were raising hands. So that was like, it will encourage us and motivate us. Correct?
Absolutely. And the more pertinent and the more life survival questions you ask in future, the more intense it will get. I mean, 1 year down the line, I want to actually hear questions, sir. This is my deficit. I have a runway of 18 months left. These are the ways done. Then we will take it in shunts, right? So forming your groups, making sure they are manageable is more important. And once you form your groups, Rohini and I will make sure that we monitor at least, how much was it? 8 per day and overall about 40 per week, right? So we have kept the plan just to focus our time and energy on that aspect. Because I personally believe no theory can teach you these subjects. It's your projects by which we can teach you. Okay, so get to your projects as fast as possible. As you can see, many of the guys who are on the projects are asking the more relevant questions. All right.
Thank you, Sandeepanji, for taking.
Raj, anything to add? Any observations?
Yes.
Yeah, so I think there's a lot of good energy for today's call, and I think there's a lot of more questions also people had to ask. I guess it would be nice if we can figure out a way for us to answer questions asynchronously.
So that is something that we are doing. So let me tell the process. Again, those videos have not gone, but I think that video is gone. So typically, all of you should send questions that you have after watching the lectures or as you feel like. Whatever questions are, like, you may all ask the same question in 20 different languages or 20 different styles. That we will make sure that we accumulate and answer as FAQs, right? But with further processes that you can send rejoinders and all, the faster you keep it, the faster it will be. The guys who ask amazing questions or things which are treatsy will have this open session where it will not be static. Those are static, right? The questions are fixed. I can do homework and answer very good, impressive answers. That's not the point. The guys who have asked good questions will get the chance to come and really ask and try to horrify me completely to make sure that you're asking questions and this will be a discussion. And that is where the real knowledge will come from. Understood? And as we go along, each projects will have a team and a separate WhatsApp group. We will be there as long as these are not crybaby questions and give me attention questions, it will be answered. The interesting ones will be actually pursued and answered. And through the learning, you will go through the process of mergers, acquisitions, clubbing together, value comparisons, The whole structure is made that way. I don't know how many of you have heard the first lectures. Your marks will be according to your cap table for the organization. Your venture is what will get the marks. And within the venture, how much equity will you hold will tell you how much marks you get. And we will keep something in the ESOP pool to distribute to you so that you are not hoodwinked by the initial startup person and you get commensurate to your contribution. We'll keep an eye out for those things. Fair enough?
Fair enough. So this is all for today, but you can
So,
look forward.
Rohini, one thing I must tell you.
Yes, yes.
I hope this is recorded. Also copy paste the chat and keep it as a supplement document because nothing should be missed out.
Good too.
Thank you guys. And we'll do this every week. I don't mind doing it every Saturday, Sunday. That was the initial plan. But since some of you had shown enthusiasm and because Pujo is coming, I thought I'll not sort of bother you this weekend. But after 14th, we will get back into that routine. Remember, this is pleasure for me. So I don't mind doing it any free evening I have where I don't have other engagements. I'm quite a discussionaholic, addabaj, typical Kolkatan. I don't mind this. To me, this is adda, and every time I'm learning. Maybe next time my daughters will be sitting with me so that they get learning. This is the best way for them to learn. I don't think books teach. These things teach much more. Okay? Thank you so much, guys. Catch you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
It was pleasure meeting.
Rohini, one thing is there that this is a lesson for us. Let's have a queuing system which is proper and better control systems. Maybe we need to move to Zoom. That has more controls. Let's get the features done. Let's work that out. Because I have a feeling these guys will repeat, at least some of them. They like asking questions, which is good. But new guys will also come in. So if we are going beyond 50-60 head count, it will be difficult to manage without a process. Let's figure out a process for that. Okay?
Oh, definitely.
Thank you so much, guys. Bye-bye. See you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Bye.